What's up, guys? Forrest KI7QCF. The title of this video is Biscuits and Gravy. And we're going to be talking a lot about biscuits, and then at the very end, we're going to talk about gravy. So to start things off, look, I'm eating biscuits and gravy, but the biscuit part, it's right here. And my good buddy Andy, N0 Alpha Papa X-Ray APX, I think I got that right, just sent this to me. So we're gonna do a little bit. Very nice. That's like a nice gauge. Is that stealth or is that silicone? This is like a nice wire. We are gonna do a build video. Geez, that's smaller than I thought. This is very small. I mean, that's literally kind of the size of my biscuits, if you think about it. I'm excited about my biscuits and gravy. I don't eat biscuits and gravy very often, and then I had this idea and I ordered biscuits and gravy. Man, that is so very concise, small package. Guys, we're gonna build this. We are gonna build this biscuit. It's a QRP NFIT half-life. Ooh, it's actually no longer QRP. We'll talk about that here in a second. But when he shipped this to me, it was QRP, but he recently, through some beta testing, kind of discovered that it has much more power potential. So I'm excited, guys. We are gonna build this antenna, and I'm gonna be honest, he already has a build video on it, so I don't know if I'm gonna do a step-by-step tutorial, but instead I'll probably do a compilation of me building it, maybe eating my breakfast. Just kidding, we'll spare you from that part. And then put some music to it, maybe, include some musica, and then head out to the field and use it for on-air QRP field operations with CW, of course. So stay tuned. Let's jump into the build. right, guys, my end-fed biscuit is 100% complete. While I'm relatively new to the hobby, you know, I've maybe been building an amateur radio as far as like equipment, antennas, paddles, radios, other accessories, maybe about a year. I'd consider myself a pretty advanced builder now just because I've built 6 or 7 radios and a plethora of antennas and other equipment. I have to be honest, this is one of the easiest things I've ever built. It's extremely intuitive. The instructions in his video are very clear. The toroid, within the relative world of toroids, was one of the easiest toroids I've ever wound. It's big, it's easy to maneuver, it's only 14 wraps. This is a monoband end-fed half-wave. This is a 20 meter end-fed half-wave, so it's about 14 wraps on the toroid. I can't even name a single part of the build that was difficult. I think the one thing to be cautious of is when you are putting screws into 3D printed parts like this knob, don't overdo it. He uses a power tool, a drill. You can absolutely do that. Just be conscientious of not overdoing it and stripping it. But man, I think the number one thing that stands out to me is how small this is. So let's go take it out to the field and see how it does. I do think because he's now told me that it can handle much more than QRP power, I probably will use my 891 out in the field. So we're going to see how good of a job I did. We'll see how I did on the tune. Worst case scenario, let's say I have above 3:1 SWR, I might tune it and then I'll just mess with the toroid later. But I'm hoping as I've built it, I have a really good 1.1, 1.5 to 1 match SWR. And then maybe we'll crank it up to 30, 40, 50 watts CW and see how we do. But I'm stoked. This is very exciting. This is our biscuit. And I told you there will be gravy at the end. So stay tuned for the gravy. All right, guys, we're out at Lower Hobble Creek, US 10066. This is one of my favorite parks. I mean, listen to nature. Just listen. Isn't that beautiful? We're right off the trail. I'm in this bush just hanging out with a bunch of snakes and spiders and stuff like that. But beautiful park, always quiet. Basically no noise level. One of my favorite spots for QRP. But let's go put a antenna that we just built. This guy, my buddy Andy, N0APX, baby. This thing is sweet. This is our biscuit, guys. So we're gonna be 20 meter band on the throw line. Let's get you guys a good shot of the throw. This is a perfect tree for throwing. You know, I brought a throw line to Finland, but I never used it. I just used my Chelgans. Something about that ancient forest and potentially ending up in a Finnish prison scared me. I have no idea if you're allowed to. Some states it's like a huge no-no. Comment if your state won't allow throw lines, and comment if it has to do with hammocks, because that's what I seem to hear. So, oh crap, I just threw my line too long, dang it. This is my shorter throw line, and I cut it too short that if I throw it too high, I'll lose it. My other throw line, and this is like the perfect bag. Get a notch 10 ounce, the perfect weight for throw lines. Yeah. I'm not loving either of those throws. Okay. Let's go lower and just longer. Wow, my throw line got stuck up there. That's hilarious. That's never happened before. It just perched on a branch. Man, this is a disaster. I'm filming all this. I'm really sorry you had to watch that, but that's how it goes.
This is perfect now. So, show you guys how this works. You see how that just spools out? Isn't that cool? Look at that. So, I am gonna, my operating position isn't too far from where my line is at, so I'm actually gonna unwind like almost all of it right here. But this isn't a very long wire. It's just 20 meter end-fed half wave, and I thought it might be polystyrene, but it's not. It's definitely silicone. It's just 18 gauge, so it's like very thick and durable. It's already my lines. It's not rocket science. I've activated hundreds of parks just like that. I just kind of want this off the trail. Perfect. And then where this goes in, that's what's so cool about this design, is it's just locked in there with this little knot that I tied. And then for fun, I'm just gonna put this on the end for now. Cool. So let's get this up. Okay, you guys see how I have that? So that's gonna be perfect. I'm not gonna need all 25 feet of this coax. So I'm just gonna choke it up. But guys, this is the fun part of antenna testing, especially homebrew antennas. So now I get to see how good of a builder I am. Because whether or not this has a good match has nothing to do with Andy, it has to do with yours truly. So what I did for this kind of antenna, I actually have this adapter on my 891. So let's try to get our choke nice and organized. You guys just love staring at me during my activations. I mix it up. Sometimes you're looking right at me, other times not. Do you guys like my Finland sticker? So I've used this in Maui and Finland, but I don't have much sticker real estate room left, so I guess my trips are over. Well, I gotta bring you guys along to show you the SWR. Let's see how we're doing. So first thing we're gonna do, take this power down to like 0. By the way, I got my Surcoba today. I'm very excited, my Japanese pedal. Let's go over to, it's always a good sign when you can hear somebody. All right guys, moment of truth, ready? Woo, baby, look at that. 1 to 1, maybe 1.2. Let's go, okay. Let's see how we do. So we're gonna crank the power up, show you guys. Let's go. Man, he told me I could do 50. Let's go 40 today. See if we burn down our our beautiful end-fed biscuit, baby. Look how cool this thing is. Thing's sweet. I just had my wife's voice in my ear tell me to spit out my gum, that I'm annoying her, so I'm gonna do that for you guys. Sorry for those that were enjoying that. Okay. Love that SWR. I think we're gonna be activated in like 10 minutes, guys. Let's see what happens. Busting out my Ham 2K PoLo app, Lower Hobble Creek, 14051. Guys, find a hobby where you get this excited. Like I'm so excited. I just built an antenna. I'm excited to tell you guys an exciting announcement about that at the end. I'm gonna slow this way down. I'm going way too fast. How fast is that? Oh yeah, that's 32 words a minute. That was my my last short in Finland. Last time I used this radio, I was in Finland. And it was late at night, and I just sped it way up, and I made one QSO, then my battery died. I made a QSO with LZ2AF, Rumen in Bulgaria. Or, yeah, in Bulgaria. LZ2? In fact, I still have OH programmed in on this. I better not hit channel 3. Just hit RBM, baby, 16 dBs. My Uncle John's at Hamvention. He just sent me a picture of Sebastian. I'm gonna tell him I'm using. Congrats to Sebastian. Just won a software award with Ham Radio. That's amazing, man. You deserve it. Somebody way down there in the noise. Let's see how conditions are today. I haven't hunted anybody today. There's my buddy Jeffrey in Oregon. Okay, first signal report on my homebrew antenna. Okay, 559. 40 watts. Problem with activating right now is everyone's walking around Dayton, Ohio. I know who that is just by the suffix. Oregon, California, Nebraska, Illinois. I think my antenna works, guys. Man, that'd be crazy if I lost Fred. He was so loud. He said sorry, 559, something. Probably had a key issue or something. Sweet. There might be a few people there in the noise. I feel like I hear somebody there in the distance. 7 QSOs in just under 9 minutes. Yeah, so it's almost 3 o'clock in Dayton. And we got a bunch of friends walking around, playing with Big Ollie keys, checking out N0APX, looking at that new Yaesu rig. That's why you gotta have the KH1, baby, because then you get the handler, you just walk out and hunt me. Got somebody calling CQ on my frequency now. That's okay, I'm just in their skip or something, but I always move when I hear that. Let's go see if we can hunt a couple stations. This guy's hunting my buddy Paul in Florida. I can hear Paul in the noise. I'm not going to hunt him though. He's too quiet. He's pretty loud. So that's a K5PE. Let's hunt K5PE in Texas. It's Roger. I love that Roger always sends 77. He started calling CQ right after his dit. Sweet. Let's see if we can hear a couple other people. He's really quiet. 88 HK. Got CF. Okay, let's try. Ohio is it's coming. It's Brian off. Rhinoceros. That's his name. M2K Paul. Ohio's no man's land for me. I struggle to work, even at my base station out in the field. I think I spelled that right. I kind of F with the paddle mounted on the rig. Okay, guys, one more cue, so then we're activated. Then I'm gonna make the grand announcement. All of you have been watching this entire time. You're like, hey, dude, what the heck is the gravy? Where's the gravy? Well, good things comes to those who wait. Gravy comes to those who wait. Hey, check that guy out. KK7 KKT. It's a great freaking call sign. This will be our 10th QSO and my 3rd parked park. Whoops. He's like, oh dang, a freaking Russian station's hunting me. Middle of the day. Probably just send it a couple times. My call sign's a tongue twister. If you've never worked me, it's debilitating to try. Got it. Good job. You got me. You had massive QRM and you still got me. Nice, bro. Not even a QRL from this guy. Just starts calling CQ. No, just roasting. Now you guys know who it is. I'm going to assume the best. I may be lacking context, but I heard him tune up and then just CQ. Thanks, buddy. Got you. Okay, we're gonna wrap up there, guys. I just don't have a ton of time, and I want this video to be short. I don't want it to be an hour long. Man, shout out the NFED Biscuit guys. Andy, thank you so much for letting me build this and put a review out for it. This will be one of my go-to antennas out in the field because I tend to activate very, very frequently. I love your 18 gauge silicone wire. I love the form factor, and man, it just performs so well. I did notice as I got up to 30-40 watts, my SWR became very variable. So Andy, I'm gonna email you, but I do want people to know, at least from my experience, I would keep this closer to 20-25 watts. That's one test. That's one example of testing it out in the field. How you doing? I think if you run 100 watts SSB and this worked for you, I wouldn't run, I don't know how that works. I don't know what the conversions are exactly, and it probably depends on the components within the antenna. But for me, once I settled back down to 20-25 watts, I found my SWR range to be working really, really well. I'm gonna keep doing more field tests, so nothing I'm giving you is conclusive. This is just my experience. But guys, the thing I'm super excited about, this is the gravy I've been trying to get to. Andy has volunteered his product to be part of the NLHI initiative. Well, that's redundant, the Department of Redundancy Department. Newly licensed hams initiative, okay? So this antenna, the NFID Biscuit, will be provided, first of all, to everyone with discount code Proper Roger, one word, no space, Proper Roger, throw it in all caps. I don't know if capitalization matters, but Proper Roger, just as it reads on my shirt, 10% off to everyone. For NLHI, 25% off, baby. Guys, that's a great freaking deal for this antenna. This antenna is already priced very, very competitively. Now it is a mono band, so comparing it to like my spool antenna, I don't know if this, I'll keep doing tests, I don't know if this will quite handle 50 watts CW like my spool antenna does, and then my spool antenna is 49:1 NFED half wave, meaning it's resonant 40, 20, 15, 10, but it's a lot more money. This is mono band, so I'm just 20 meters. He is gonna be coming out with other band versions. I think he's working on 40 meters, so this is 20 meters. And it's not quite gonna, at least in my experience, it's not quite gonna handle 50 watts CW. I'll keep doing tests with it. I don't wanna melt it. But man, great freaking antenna at a great price. The materials are different from some other antennas out there. I think he does 3D print this. But guys, this is high quality. This is perfect for our QRP field operations. And Andy, I couldn't be more excited that you are willing to give back to the ham radio community and make this 25% off for newly licensed hams. If you guys have questions on how to take advantage of that, reach out to me directly, but just contact Andy. He'll create a coupon code for you. And man, I'm so excited that that vendor list is joining. So that is the gravy. That's the gravy on top, baby. NLHI, and for everyone, 10% off if you use Proper Roger. But go support these businesses, guys, that are giving back to NLHI. Freaking love that. That gets me so excited. Very fine business, 73. Dit, guys. We're gonna pack up. Thanks for joining me. And shout out my guy, N0APX, for the end-fed biscuit. Dit.